Hello and welcome to the Blackout podcast, where I get to talk to amazing people who do amazing things. And today I have the founder of Collabs, creative director, artist, AI,
everything joined.
all that stuff. Niyi, thanks for coming to the podcast today.
Thanks for having me.
Yo, I'll start with what is Collabs?
Yeah, so Collabs is, to simplify, it's an art and design studio. So I see it as a place where I get to experiment with different things that I'm interested in. But on the commercial side of things, we help companies with their brand identity, help them find their voice, find their customers, and we do that through design. So that's kind of how it works.
Okay, so my introduction to you was through Shokwe.
Yeah.
I love his song. This is actually during COVID, and I was like, he had this butterfly sweater,
Yeah.
and I was like, who did this? And it was like you. So I was like, I had to reach out. What is the story behind that design?
Good question. So it was centered around a brand that Shopware had started at that time called Culture Rich World, so CRW. And he wanted a piece that represents some form of beauty, that also represents strength. So we had multiple conversations, and we eventually settled on a piece that captured the essence of the brand. And that was kind of how we came up with that piece. And we also designed a scarf for him as well, and like a T-shirt. So we did a few products.
Oh, okay. And how did you guys connect?
Back in the day, I DM'd him on Instagram. At that time, I just randomly would DM like guys I wanted to work with. So I'd come across his music through Spotify at that time in like 2016, 2017. So I DM'd him. I was like, yeah, I'd love to work with you. And he was like, okay, perfect timing. I think at the time his record label was looking for a designer. So that was how he connected me to his label owner. And then we ended up working on multiple projects. So that's kind of how that came about.
Yeah. Shokwe is just a creative soul. Anyway, art. How did you get into art?
Yeah, so I kind of stumbled upon it. Well, yeah, I kind of stumbled upon it, but I got into art. I'll say I got into art from like the age of 5, 6, but I always draw, sketch. I found that was like something that I enjoyed doing. And then fast forward to like grade 9 in high school, we had like an art competition that I was going to take part in, encouraged by my friend. And long story short, I didn't like the work that I came up with at that time. So I decided to quit. So I just stopped doing it.
You're like, it's not good enough. I'm not doing this.
I was
Wow.
like, it's not good enough. So I think I'm out. So I took a break from it from like grade 9 up until like my final year in high school. And then I picked it up again, but I picked up graphic design. So I had heard about it, but I didn't know what it was. So I picked up graphic design. And the reason I picked up graphic design was to start a clothing brand. So that was what that was. So, and to start a clothing brand, you kind of need a designer. And I didn't know designers around me at that time. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it myself. So I started learning how to design by going on Google, searching up random things and like putting them together. And that's how I got into graphic design. And then from there, I started using graphic design as a medium of expression. So I'll use that to like communicate some ideas or some message or some thought that I have. And sometimes I'll put it on a T-shirt, sometimes I just, put it on a canvas and put it out. So that's kind of how I got into.
And when did he go from that to Zero Resistance? And what is Zero Resistance?
Yeah, good question. So Zero Resistance started in 2019. So it's a creative studio, and it's a creative studio to summarize it, but it started off as a collective of believers or collective of creatives that are believers. So we all share one purpose, one idea, one story. So we decided to come together as one and create like really cool projects. So it was kind of inspired of my faith. Zero Resistance is also tied to my engineering background, because they'll tell you that wires have resistance. So I was like, what if we had zero resistance towards God's calling on our lives, kind of thing. So that was how that name came about. So since 2019 up until like 2025. We would host like art shows, events, that kind of stuff. And I'll work with like multiple, like 10 plus creatives we'll come together and like create a whole body of work and put it out.
Was that part of that exhibit with the moving pictures or?
Yeah.
So let's talk about that one. What was it called?
Temporary blindness.
Temporary blindness. What was the moving photos like?
Yeah, so it's a technology called augmented reality. I would say it's like the simplest form of augmented reality. So my initial idea with temporary blindness, it's called AR, so augmented reality AR. My initial idea was, what if people walk into a room or into a gallery and the pieces are coming alive or they can move? But, and I was like, okay, you could use that, you could create that experience using glasses. Like, what if we had this like high-tech glasses like the one I'm wearing, where you're looking at a piece and you can see like objects moving around that piece. So I thought of that, but I was like, okay, to get those kind of glasses, it's kind of expensive. To develop it, it's going to be a whole thing. So I was like, okay, the cheapest way to do it would be to use devices that people already have, so their phones. I was like, okay, so let's see how we can use our phones to create that experience. And that was how that came about. So yeah, so ideally my vision would have been that we would have specific glasses for every person that works into the exhibition, and then they get to experience it, without using their phones or their hands.
No, even with the phone, I was blown away. How do you decide with the movements though?
How did I decide? So I felt like, I like pieces that, I like art generally, but I also feel like there are people that don't necessarily get it, and I understand that. So I think the animation or the movement was to sort of captivate those kind of people.
Oh.
So people that would just be like, because I've met multiple different types of people. Some people walk into a gallery or into a space, and they'll spend like 3 hours on just one piece, just trying to understand. And there's some people that just walk past there and it's like, 2 minutes, it's like, oh, interesting. So using AR and motion was a way to sort of like keep their attention.
But it was also the poetry piece too.
Right, yeah. So I tried as much as possible. So it's like, if you don't like visual art, you probably like poetry. If you don't like poetry, you probably like animation. If you don't like animation, you probably like music. So I try as much as possible to captivate everyone.
What's important to make people get that experience to you?
That's a good question. Why is that important? I think even in this digital age, because we live in a very digitized world, and I think that human interaction and connection is what is needed. So I feel like creating those kind of experiences, creating those memorable experiences is something that I'm passionate about. So I want people to be able to feel something. I want people to be able to think, oh, like I didn't think about that, or, their whole like worldview is shook or whatever, That's kind of...
No, it works. It works. I love to... When will the next exhibit be?
Last time I was here, they asked me that question. I was like, I was in shock. But this time, I got another grant approved, so I'm most likely going to be doing a show by the end of the year.
Do you know what it's going to be?
No, yeah, I'm still figuring it out. Yeah, so I officially start working on the project next month, but it's going to be centered around reflective material, so mirrors, glass, and some other things. So yeah, I'm figuring it out.
Is it going to be all you? Are you going to do collective thing again?
I might. I think I work with a few people. Yeah, but it's not going to be like a full-blown team. I probably have like maybe 4 artists or creatives that I'll work with. So yeah.
And it has a name?
Not yet.
Okay. I mean, I know you said end of the year, but like...
End of the year, like November. So I'll be scheduled to do a show between September and November. So I just now I have to find the gallery that is willing to partner, or I rent my space and just do it myself.
Okay. And then with AI coming in now, like, what's it called? The Google whatever.
Right.
You can just type Nano Banana. Yeah. And it displays the thing.
Yeah.
What are you as an artist? How do you feel? Graphic artist, creative, all these things you do.
How do I feel about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about it. I would always say that my artistic side does not want to have anything to do with AI, because I think the process of actually creating a piece, however long it takes you, is art itself. You know, that's what I think. But the designer in me is like, oh, I need to test my product or test my idea pretty quickly. So AI gets me there faster. You know, so it's like, so I struggle to, you know, I struggle with it, but I'm also very conscious of like not letting AI completely take over my process. Like even as a designer, because I enjoy the idea of coming up with ideas or coming up with concepts or using my imagination. And if AI is going to do that for me, then I have an issue with that. You know, I think I think that in itself is what makes us human. And once you take that away, then it's like, yeah, like what are we living? You know, how are we living?
Okay. And so now you have this AI. What is?
Yeah, so
what is this thing you're working on?
yeah, so I have another project that is somewhat ongoing, where I am researching how to. I call it an AI organism, but I'm still trying to figure out a perfect name for it. But I'm trying to create a sculptural piece that we can interact with, and based on the interaction with that object, it will respond with emotions, and the emotions be shown through color. So I'm figuring out how to best execute that. So it's giving like Black Mirror-esque type situation, but it's also inspired by Inside Out. I don't know if you ever watched Inside Out. It's an animation that feels like it's a kid's animation, but I don't think so, because it talks about like emotions and the complexity.
Oh, is that the one with the angry guy with his
Yes,
head? Okay.
exactly. Yeah.
Right.
So it's inspired off of that to some degree, where it's like, okay, I like the way the artist used colors to express emotion. So I want to see how I can use that in this sculptural project. So, and use AI to mingle with that.
What is the process like of creating this thing?
So first of all, I had to figure out how it's going to work software-wise. So I'm working with a specific application called Touch Designer. So Touch Designer is what you use to create like immersive experiences where, like, for example, let's say one of the cameras here is videoing you, and there's a display at the back of the camera that if you move your hand this way, that display, like you would see something on the display. So you'll be interacting with digital objects, but you're not necessarily seeing them in person. So Touch Designer can create that, can also create like what you see at like concerts, for example, those, you know, whether it's the lighting experience or, you know, the visualizers at the back. So Touch Designer can do a lot of that stuff. So I'm using that to create an interactive experience, immersive experience that, you know, people can enjoy. So,
but you have to build the thing.
Yeah.
The thing.
Yeah, then I still have to like do the hardware side of things. So right now I'm still figuring out the software. I feel like the hardware is a little bit more easier for me because of
really?
my background. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but because I already know the sensors to work with, the motherboards to use and all that stuff. So I already know what to do there. So it's just like figuring out the software, the coding, all of that stuff. Once I had that sorted, I can just connect that to the hardware and we'll have something going. So,
And then will you have a name or?
we have a name. It's purely research. I don't have a name for it yet, except for the AI organism bit. But
No, but like once it's done, will it have a name?
yes, most likely. Most likely.
Okay.
Yeah, and the hope would be that if this works out well, if the research turns out to be good, then I will figure out how to get more funding to do a proper exhibition of that piece or of multiple pieces like that. Yeah.
Okay, and another thing, so social media is something that as an artist, as a creative, you have to kind of use, and I love the way you're using it because you're sharing all these things. So how did they, especially on Instagram, because that's where I release most of your videos, how did you get into that, and how do you even decide which one you're going to share?
That's a good question. I hate social media. If I had my way, I wouldn't be on it in any form or shape. But I realized that this is how you can communicate with your community, how you can reach out to your community and build one. So I put my feelings aside and say, okay, you know what, like this is a way for me to connect with people. So that I psych myself up, and then I do my best to stand in front of a camera, and but the truth of the matter is that the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. So I think I've gotten more comfortable actually talking in front of a camera. Like in the past, I would probably just stay away. I can let you hear my voice, but you don't see my face. But I think I've gotten better at showing it. So, and I think my partner too has also been encouraging. So she's into content as well. So that has been helpful.
Okay. Okay. What's apart from the AI thing, what's next for you?
What's next for me? Aside from that, like I'm pretty just chilling. Like those are the two main projects, the AI stuff.
Oh
and,
fuck
like,
yeah, and the exhibit,
and the exhibit. Yeah, so those are the two projects that I'm like, okay, I think I need to give. So once April lands, that is what I'm gonna be focusing on.
Okay, let's look at the work, yo.
Yeah. These are some pieces that I have from my home because the other pieces I brought got sold. So these are the
okay.
And these are from like a poster a day collection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I can't tell you what number this is, but I can tell you what number this is. But so I created a poster every single day for 365 days.
That's madness, but okay, good luck.
So this one is called Mask Torn. At this time, I was inspired by Renaissance kind of art, so you can kind of see it there. And I like creative surrealistic artwork. So this, I don't know if that's a word, but this one, I decided to take out her nose, take out her mouth. I just wanted to create something that just fell out of this world and blended it with the Renaissance idea and like created like a tone.
It looks like one of those Catholic churches.
Yeah, exactly.
The roof, I mean.
I think that piece is by Michelangelo, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's probably like maybe 106 out of.
Which year did you do this?
It's 2019. That's when I started, and yeah, I've just been going.
Okay. Oh yeah, I love this.
Yeah,
this one kind of looks like almost something from Temporary Blindness, but not.
Fair. I can see that. Yeah. Yeah. So this one, and they represent like different. So if you see like all of the, maybe like 0 to 100, 100 to 200, like they all have like different vibes. Yeah. So you can kind of tell what I was working on, or what I was focusing on at that time. So this time, this is excuse me, this is 320 Blossom. Probably like my most sought out piece. Yeah, it's probably my most sought out piece. So for this one, I was using a lot of flowers during this time. So I had created this piece, and I wasn't gonna post it. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was like that cool. But this piece specifically has opened up like multiple doors for me up to this day, like even up to now. So so it's one of my.
I mean, it lived up to his name, Blossom.
Yeah,
it like literally blossomed your career.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's true. Fair.
Fucking dope. I love her necklace too, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one.
Surreal to the core.
Yeah. So this is another. I was playing with skin tones. It's called Bird's Eye View. And I'm trying to remember the number. I can't remember the number. I've lost it. But I always just thought of a piece that had the eye overlapping with the muse's eye, the eye of a bird, or the eye of another like animal overlapping with the muse. Because I have one that I haven't posted yet that I'm still working on. I'm working on for like over a year now. What is like I just left it. Like I haven't because I'm like, do I really like it? And that one is like it's a panther. And so it's like kind of going back to Black Panther to some degree. So I'm trying to figure out how to use that. But anyway, so the bird's eye view. I was really focused on colors and just playing around with different colors. And I came up with this. So this, I wouldn't say like I didn't really have so I'd opened up a blank page and I just started like putting stuff together. And that was how this.
Well, what do you work on? What app software?
This was created in Photoshop mainly.
Okay.
Yeah, Photoshop and maybe Illustrator, but this was
So it's so detailed.
Yeah, so it doesn't take me long to assemble. It just takes me a bit of time to find the right pieces to put together.
So you mentioned that this one is like taking a year and stuff. How do you decide when the work is done?
When I feel like it's because I didn't feel like it was, because I have a few pieces like that I started, I'm maybe like 70% done, and I just like I'm not I'm not gonna work in this for now. And so I have a folder where I just store them. So
Do you ever go back to them or?
I haven't gone back to. So when I said that I'm working it for a year, I haven't gone back to it in a year.
Yeah.
So
You
it's
just
been
like,
there.
do you ever, spend time like, okay, I'm just gonna go through this folder and see what I feel like touching?
I was gonna do that this weekend actually because I was telling someone the other day that I haven't actually spent time to create art as much in recent times because I've just been either working on the business or research. Yeah, exactly. So like I haven't really had time to create. So I want to use the rest of this month is like 3 days, but 3 days and like maybe the first week of April to just actually create and before getting back into like, oh, I have to figure out how to, client this, client that. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, so clients, how do you work with your clients? What's your client process?
So yeah, when I have a client or when someone is like interested in working with me, we have a discovery call. I explain to them my process. I get to hear what they want and what they need, and then we take it up from there. So yeah, so it's pretty straightforward. Once that is done, then I onboard them, have a few more meetings, and then I get working.
So do you prefer the people that are like, I want it like this, or like just do whatever?
I prefer. That's a good question, actually. I might be stuck in the middle. So the challenge that designers have is figuring out how to, because some clients will come to you and they'll tell you that like, yo, I don't know what I want, so I just want you to come up with something. But the thing is that they have what it is that they're looking for. You as a designer, you have to figure out how to bring that out. So,
Right.
And you do that by asking them a ton of questions, like a ton of questions. You ask the same question in different ways to get a sense of what is in their head, so you can create according to or align along those parameters. So I mean, it's a skill that you have to build. So I'm fine with either client if they don't know, if they know. But I probably prefer those that have a sense of what it is that they want, and I can just do that.
Okay. I usually like guests go away by asking them this question. What is something that happened before you were 17 that plays a huge role in who you are today?
Yeah, I would say like when I decided to take my faith more seriously, I think that ultimately changed how I see the world. So, and it was what actually got me back into art. So yeah, because I had abandoned art, I wasn't really interested. I was just gonna, I don't know, do something else. But when I started getting closer to God getting more rooted in my faith, I could see myself creating art more frequently, and the desire started to like stir up. So that's what got me back to creating, and that is the path that I've now chosen, in life. So it's kind of like, yeah.
Amazing. Okay. I'll let you go with a little piece of magic.
Oh, yeah.
Magic of mine. Can pick any number. It just has to be between 1 and 60 though.
So I'm supposed
With
to
my
write it
cards.
down.
Yeah. I'm gonna close my eyes and then once you're done, just show it to the camera and I'll open up my eyes when you're done.
Yeah, okay.
All good?
All good.
Okay, so your number is gonna be in at least one of these cards, but it could be more than one. Okay?
Okay.
So is your number here?
Yeah.
Okay. Is he here?
No.
Okay. Here?
Yes. No.
Okay, so it is here. Oh, this is easy. This is easy. 43. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I can't wait to see what this AI algorithm is going to be. But thank you for all the magic you create. I can't wait for the next video you put on Instagram. And
Soon come.
thank you for coming to the podcast today.
Glad I could make it. Thank you for having me.